Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Captains Courageous by Rudyard Kipling, narrated by George Guidell. This recording is copyrighted 1993 by Recorded Books. First published in 1897, Kipling had written Captains Courageous the year before, while he was living in Vermont. Recently married to an American girl, he loved the New England countryside and had spent hours hanging around Boston Harbor doing the research for this book. In a passage from his autobiography, Something of Myself, he tells how he and his friend, Dr. James Conlon, to whom he dedicated Captains Courageous, went to the shore front and the old tea wharf of Boston Harbor, and to queer meals in sailors' eating houses. We assisted hospitable tugmasters to help haul 3- and 4-stick schooners of Pocahontas coal all around the harbor. We boarded every craft that looked as if it might be useful, and we delighted ourselves to the limit of delight. Charts we got, old and new, and the crude implements of navigation such as they are used off the banks, and a battered boat compass, still a treasure with me. And Conlon took large cod and the appropriate knives with which they are prepared for the hold, and demonstrated anatomically and surgically so that I could make no mistake about treating them in print. Old tales, too, he dug up, and the lists of the dead and gone schooners whom he had loved, and I revelled in profligate abundance of detail, not necessarily for publication, but for the joy of it. And he sent me, may he be forgiven, out on a pollock fisher, which is 10 times fouler than any cod schooner, and I was immortally sick, even though they tried to revive me with fragments of unfresh pollock. And now, Captains Courageous.
Chapter 1. The weather door of the smoking room had been left open to the North Atlantic fog as the big liner rolled and lifted, whistling to warn the fishing fleet. "That chain boy's the biggest nuisance aboard," said a man in a frieze overcoat, shutting the door with a bang. "He isn't wanted here, he's too fresh." A white-haired German reached for a sandwich and grunted between bites. "I know the breed. America is full of that kind. I tell you, you should import rope's ends free under your tariff." "Pshaw, there isn't any real harm to him. He's more to be pitied than anything," a man from New York drawled, as he lay at full length along the cushions under the wet skylight. "They've dragged him around from hotel to hotel ever since he was a kid. I was talking to his mother this morning. She's a lovely lady, but she don't pretend to manage him. He's going to Europe to finish his education." "Education isn't begun yet." This was a Philadelphian curled up in a corner. "That boy gets $200 a month pocket money," he told me. "He isn't 16 either." "Railroads his father, ain't it?" said the German. "Yep, that and mines and lumber and shipping. Built one place at San Diego, the old man has. Another at Los Angeles, owns 6 railroads, half the lumber on the Pacific slope, and lets his wife spend the money," the Philadelphian went on lazily. "The West don't suit her, she says. She just tracks around with the boy and her nerves, trying to find out what'll amuse him, I guess. Florida, Adirondacks, Lakewood, Hot Springs, New York, and round again. He isn't much more than a second-hand hotel clerk now. When he's finished in Europe, he'll be a holy terror." "What's the matter with the old man attending to him personally?" said a voice from the frieze ulster. "Old man's piling up the rocks. Don't want to be disturbed, I guess. He'll find out his error a few years from now. Pity, because there's a heap of good in the boy if you could get at it." "Mit a rope's end, mit a rope's end," growled the German. Once more the door banged, and a slight, slim-built boy, perhaps 15 years old, a half-smoked cigarette hanging from one corner of his mouth, leaned in over the high footway. His pasty yellow complexion didn't show well on a person of his years, and his look was a mixture of irresolution, bravado, and very cheap smartness. He was dressed in a cherry-colored blazer, knickerbockers, red stockings, and bicycle shoes, with a red flannel cap at the back of the head. After whistling between his teeth as he eyed the company, he said in a loud, high voice, "Say, it's thick outside. You can hear the fish boats squawking all around us. Say, wouldn't it be great if we ran down one?" "Shut the door, Harvey," said the New Yorker. "Shut the door and stay outside. You're not wanted here." "Who'll stop me?" he answered deliberately. "Did you pay for my passage, Mr. Martin? Guess I've as good a right here as the next man." He picked up some dice from a checkerboard and began throwing right hand against left. "Say, gentlemen, this is deader'n mud. Can't we make a game of poker between us?" There was no answer, and he puffed his cigarette, swung his legs, and drummed on the table with rather dirty fingers. Then he pulled out a roll of bills as if to count them. "How's your mama this afternoon?" a man said. "I didn't see her at lunch." "In her stateroom, I guess. She's most always sick on the ocean. I'm going to give the stewardess $15 for looking after her. I don't go down more than I can avoid. It makes me feel mysterious to pass that butler's pantry place. Say, this is the first time I've been on the ocean." "Oh, don't apologize, Harvey." "Who's apologizing? This is the first time I've crossed the ocean, gentlemen. And except the first day, I haven't been sick."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.